step you take, any breath you breathe, even from mistake.
Distinguished guests, our guests tuned in from Bonn, Germany, and other parts of the world, ladies and gentlemen, Nisambula and a warm Fijian welcome to the first ever Fiji Live to COP23 Uniting for Climate Action event. My name is Annie Dunn, and I am a Youth Climate Ambassador for Fiji. And I have just returned from Bonn, where I was part of the project known as Pacific Voices in Unison under COP23, BMZ, and GIZ, where I and 5 other young people from the islands of Samoa, Solomon Islands, Vanuatu, Kiribati, and the Marshall Islands had the opportunity to share our journey of resilience in light of climate change. Now, a warm Fijian welcome to everyone in Bonn. Tonight here in Fiji is the first of 2 live events, one today and the other tomorrow, beginning at 9:15, coming to you live from our home, Fiji. Now, for the next 30 minutes, we will be bringing the voices, dances, and the spirit of our culture as we stand united for climate action. Now, during this evening's event, from here at the University of the South Pacific in Suva, we are proud to showcase outstanding young orators from our national competition and the incredible traditional and contemporary performances Kambuni Vanua, the Conservatorium of Music, Pacifica Voices, and Oceania Dance Theater from the Oceania Center for Arts, Culture, and Pacific Studies. Now, over the next 30 minutes, we will share perspectives of climate change, resilience, and action that we hope will inspire you, the delegates in Bonn, and our viewers from around the world to unite for climate action. Now, before we move into our cultural performances, we would like to thank the sponsors for this event for making this possible. Now, the Fijian COP Presidency, where this broadcast is being hosted on Facebook, and also UNFCCC for bringing these voices to the delegates throughout the UN Climate Change Conference of COP23 in Bonn. And we would especially like to thank Connect for Climate, the Global Communication for Climate Change Partnership Program for the World Bank, who have provided the financial support and connection to the Uniting for Climate Action campaign to make this possible. Thank you. Now, we would also like to recognize our local partner, the University of the South Pacific, who support the bright young minds across the Pacific Islands and who host us this very evening. Now, the final 2 days in Bonn require strong action and decisive choices from all the delegates to ensure the climate remains safe as well as our world remaining protected. We trust that you will hear our voices and be inspired to unite together for action. And so, to our show. Over the next 2 nights, we are honored to have 2 speakers who were finalists in the National Children's Oratory Competition held in Climate Week, supported by COP23 and the Ministry of Education and UNICEF. Now, I am very pleased to invite to the stage the first of our finalists, Lanieta Rokoleda from Nasa Toka Primary School. Welcome, Lanieta.
Before I begin with my speech, I would like to talk about my costumes. My costume is made from all recycles, plastic bags, and sacks, using 3 R's. Development is one of the greatest means of transforming the society in the present era. It directs the virtual transformation of almost every component of our life today: the style of working, living habits, building knowledge, etc. It is the most powerful thread in which I'm going to highlight fear of its universal truth to where we are heading to today. Not only that, it is also on the spotlight to influence our welfare, democracy, healthcare, and society overall. I came from a very small, prominent rural setting, and most of you may think that I'm spared from this climate change effect. Well, today I'll prove you all wrong. Honorable Chief Guest, respected members of the Pacific diplomats, and those of you viewing on a streamline, Nisam Bulavinaka. It gives me immense pleasure to stand here before you all and to speak on the theme of this year, COP23 global competition, which is climate change. Climate change have become more prominent now due to global warming and has become a global concern at this stage. It is often very skeptical trying to find out how this has happened so fast, tragically claiming drastic effects to our environment. However, it takes one to come to realize that it is our own actions and activities that is holding us back. This has been hitting the headlines of various meetings, and it's been the core of discussion in many countries on the verge to find solution. Increasing atmospheric temperatures causes many climate change, such as rising sea level, flash floods, droughts, weather changes, increasing summer season, decreasing winter season, melting glaciers, increasing death rate, and many more. Not to forget Cyclone Winston and landslide, whom we are victim of from Nassau District School. An outburst of number of countries on fire was also an outcome of this. To name a few are countries like California, Algeria, Greenland, Brazil, etc. On top of that, surprisingly, more and more places are sinking underwater, such as Texas, India, Bangladesh, Sierra Leone, and many more. All this continuous change in climate across the world is posing threat to our environment and society as a whole with no clear remedy. This continuous effect also poses danger to human life, and it is very injurious for all mankind and is directly affecting our health. Various recurring health issues are observed in people such as asthma, heart problem, cancer, which are clearly due to the climatical of change. Who are victims of all this? Children like you and me, women like mom at home, and old age like our elderlies in our communities are more vulnerable to all these issues. We are all victims to this deadly virus. Amongst various other reasons, factories releasing pollutant substances are the major contributors to this destruction. Climate change has various repercussions, and the most dreadful one is pollution in air and water pollution. Let's work together, and we still have a chance and time and courage to do so. A quote by Bill Graham says, and I quote, "When wealth is lost, nothing is lost. When health is lost, something is lost. But when character is lost, everything is lost," unquote. However, the sad part is that most countries are not pursuing environment-friendly development program. If we don't put heed to protect our environment now, well, it will ultimately harm our next generation. Imagine a life without water, an extremely poisonous air to breathe. We certainly don't want to give such a dangerous life to our future. Well, the onus is on us now to act upon a call to fight back. According to James Gordon, a famous writer says, and I quote, "It's not that some people have the willpower and some don't. It's that some people are ready to change and some are not," unquote. Let's work together and find ways against this battle. I would request you all to please monitor actions and also guide others to ensure the better control of climatic change. I understand that we take climate as a natural constraint, but my dear all, it is not such. We need to control our activities, for it is crucial, and not let climate change happen for the worse. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you, Lanieta. Truly what motivating words to kick us off this evening. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are truly in for a treat. We are delighted to present the first of our unique combined performances from our world-class Pan-Pacific cultural performing groups. Now, here with me is Peter Rockford Espirito, the Artistic Director of the Oceania Dance Theater for Arts, Culture, and Pacific Studies here at the University of the South Pacific. Welcome, Peter. Now tell me, how do these performances relate to the importance of climate change action?
Thank you, Annie. Today, Pacific indigenous knowledge, Cultural and oral traditions, songs and dances are all part of the fabric of our Pacific Island consciousness and identity. Climate change displaces and endangers the continuation of our traditions, such as our beloved Fijian meke. The richness and vibrancy of our living culture and heritage is encoded in the dances of our ancestors, as well as our present-day Pacific artists.
Peter, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, here to perform Pacific Knowledge, the change in our cultural climate, are Kambua Vanua, Pacific Voices, and the Oceania Dance Theater.
Sawi, sawi,
Time
What a powerful and inspiring performance from these talented performers. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Now, to the audience watching, we are delighted that you could join us this morning and this evening, and we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow morning for Bonn and tomorrow evening for us here in Fiji, when we will be joined by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Fiji, for the second Fiji Live to COP23 Uniting for Climate Action events. From us here in Fiji, Vinakabakalevu to everyone, and have a wonderful day in Bonn, and we will see you here again at 9:15. Good night and good evening from Fiji.